Hi, I'm Greg Denning, the author and creator of the 5 fundamental factors for a fantastic life. Now, so many things in life, there are patterns and characteristics and signs and symptoms. And it's true with happiness. Really happy people have qualities and attributes about them. It's not just for the lucky. It's not a have or have not scenario. I mean, these qualities can be emulated with great results. And so today we're going to cover the top 6 characteristics of really happy people. I've had the privilege of traveling around the world, working with thousands of people on 3 different continents. You know, from mega millionaires to the poorest of the poor who have nothing, and the whole range in between. And I've seen so much and observed so much. And in my own life, you know part of my story. I grew up in a broken home, out on my own at an early age, struggled. I mean, I was miserable for so long, even depressed, even to the point of, why am I doing this? Why not just end it, And just desperate and hurting. And that's no way to live. And nor is it any way to live just kind of humdrum, no pulse. I mean, we can be really happy. So let's get in the top 6 characteristics of really happy people. Number 1 is no surprise. It's that they smile. And you're saying, thank you, Captain Obvious. It's a no-brainer, right? Seems simple. But you don't smile enough. I think I can safely assume that you could smile more. And smiling just has this magic power. It just makes you feel good. And there'll be times maybe you're just bored or dull, you're sitting in class or a meeting or whatever. Just discipline yourself, big old cheesy smile, and it'll make you laugh or giggle. It'll make you feel better. Smiling makes you feel better, and it makes others feel better. It's so simple and so easy, yet so neglected. It's one of the most important things we can do to help ourselves and help our others feel happy. So just put on a big old smile. Now, just in case you're excusing, saying, oh, well, yeah, they smile because they're happy. Well, a lot of people smile to become happy. It makes you feel better. And so I challenge you to be a habitual, inveterate smiler, right? Become an incurable smiler. That people, when they're done with their interaction with you, they're like, man, that person smiles all the time. They're always smiling. It'll make you feel better. It'll make others feel better. It's contagious and it's awesome. Number 2 is that they are present. Okay? Really happy people are present. You'll notice the difference of people like being there, but not really being there. See, really happy people, they know how to get in the moment. They know how to feel it. Sense it. All their senses are on. They're attentive. They're alert. They're focused. Right? They're reachable. They're teachable. They're touchable. When they're in a meeting, they're there. They're contributing and they're receiving. When they're going to the opera or a musical or a movie, they're letting it touch them and reach them. They're listeners. They hear a story, and if it's happy, they're laughing and are feeling it, or if it's sad, it reaches them. I mean, they'll cry when they need to cry and shout when they need to shout, or remain silent and feel it. So take a moment, especially in the most important times, when you're at home with your wife, with your husband, with your children, when you're with God, take a moment to get centered, to get balanced, to get focused, and say, okay, am I present? Am I really fully engaged? Am I really here? Happy people are present. Number 3 is that happy people are enthusiastic and fun. Now, you don't have to be enthusiastic like I'm enthusiastic. I got enthusiasm coming out all my pores. I live with enthusiasm and I love it. But you need to have some enthusiasm. You need to be excited. You need to have fun. Try being more spontaneous. Don't take things too seriously. I mean, that is a sure recipe for being miserable and unhappy, is you just let a lot of things bother you, especially trivial things. Happy people will just let small things be small and not get bothered about them. Don't take yourself so seriously. Don't take everything in life so seriously. There's a time to laugh. There's a time to laugh so hard your gut hurts and you're crying. And there's just Be jovial. Let life come. Trials, obstacles, challenges will come. Your plans won't work out like you expect. People aren't always going to follow the rules you have set up in your mind. Things are going to go wrong, and that's okay. Just say, oh, well, that didn't work. Let's start over. Have that kind of attitude to be enthusiastic, be excited, get out, have some fun. So many people are just going through this humdrum existence. When was the last time you really had fun? I mean, plan to do really exciting, cool stuff at least once a month. And then do fun things. Go to the park, or go to the movie, whatever. Just do something fun every week. I mean, be a fun-loving, enthusiastic person. Number 4, really happy people are grateful. And you might think, well, I'm grateful, I'm thankful. But it's at a deeper level. It's a sense of sincere, profound gratitude for a lot of the things that you and I take for granted. It's for the little things. And it's letting it touch you and affect you so much so that it actually alters your perspective, your attitude, and your actions. Grateful people, they act differently because they let their gratitude touch them, and so they express it. When was the last time you really expressed sincere gratitude to your spouse and to each of your children? And it's beyond recognition. It's a deep appreciation, right? And so let it touch you, and then make a habit of expressing it all the time. Express it to yourself. Express it to God. Thank Him for all the little things and all the big things. Express it to everyone around you. And again, often the ego kind of gets in the way. The ego makes us unhappy. Don't let your ego get in the way of expressing gratitude to somebody that might be, competition, or you might be, that's an enemy or whatever, or to your boss or whoever. Express gratitude all the time. Just have an attitude of gratitude. Be a grateful person. Let it fill your whole heart, and man, it will change things. One thing in there, don't worry so much, right? If you're filled with gratitude, you're not going to be worrying about things. There's really 2 thoughts there. If it's out of your control, there's nothing you can do about it, so don't worry about it. If it is in your control, then there's something you can do about it, so don't worry about it. Eliminate worry and replace it with deep gratitude. Number 5 is that really happy people are very kind and loving, right? So many people in life, they wait for someone to love them. They're walking around waiting to be loved, waiting for someone to come up and love them, right? But the opposite is true. The more you give love and kindness, the more it comes back to you. So I give you that challenge. I'm going to do a little test. Today, I want you to do something very kind, very thoughtful for another person without expecting anything in return. Just sincere, genuine kindness and love. Make a habit of that. One of my favorite things is the prayer of St. Francis. I challenge you, write it on a 3x5 card, carry it with you, memorize it, read it often, and let that permeate your attitude and your characteristics, your attributes, your values, who you become. You're going out just to be kind and thoughtful and loving. So many of us are going so fast through life, we don't even see the opportunities to be thoughtful and kind. Slow down. Become conscious of having a kind personality. Look for those opportunities and act on them. They don't always have to be big. It could be as simple as a smile or a hug or a kind word, but I promise, more often than not, the people you do that to will appreciate it deeply. It'll go in their journal. It'll go in their memory bank as the day somebody did something very kind and loving for them. And as you are that, it changes who you are. It makes you happy. I mean, it's so fulfilling. It's so rich to be thoughtful and kind and giving and loving. Oh, that's enough by itself. But then it's reciprocated. It comes back to you tenfold, 100-fold. So start right now. Go out today. Do that act of kindness. But develop that characteristic, the habit of being kind and thoughtful. Number 6 is that happy people are optimistic. Man, they just see things differently, right? And a lot of us have been conditioned With so much negativity, we've been conditioned to think negatively, to always see the pessimistic side. You know, happy people, really happy people, they see no more need to watch the news. They just eliminate it from life. It's so negative. Any drama, any negativity, you know, those kind of movies, those kind of conversations, it's limited. They don't like being around the gossipers and the cynics and the critics, and they eliminate that from their lives. No complaining, no whining, you know, criticizing or being cynical. It doesn't contribute. It doesn't help. It makes you feel rotten, makes others feel rotten. Just a quick thought here. They're also forgiving. They don't carry that bitterness, right? Someone once said, bitterness is a poison you swallow, hoping your enemy will die. It cankers your soul. You can't be bitter about it. You got to go through life with just this optimistic, happy attitude. See the good side of everyone and everything. I mean, look for that. Even in difficult people that are hard to deal with, try to look for the good. Right? No more contention. Some people just seem to thrive on fighting and contending, and they just want to always be, just take the opposite side. They always want to pick a fight. Just roll away from that. Learn to see things through optimistic lenses, because everything in your heart and your mind, your soul, and your life is affected by how you see it. You know, what something means really comes down to the meaning you give it. So train yourself, discipline yourself to shift those habitual thinking patterns to seeing the good and the optimistic. There's a bright future. I mean, there's bad things in the world, but there's great things in the world. There's some unfortunate things coming in the future, but there are fantastic things coming in the future. Focus on the good. Focus on the sunshine. Focus on the bright. Focus on the opportunities. Focus on the growth. When there's trials and struggles in your life, there's always something good. Play the glad game. I know that may seem elementary or silly. Do it. Be glad. Be optimistic. And be happy. As always, if there's anything in here that you found valuable or inspiring, please share it with other people. You know, the world should be happy. There shouldn't be so many people just struggling to be happy. It's not that complicated. So share this. Subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can get more videos like this. Go to my website at gregdenning.com and put in your name and email so I can send you high-performance trainings and inspiration and motivation to help you create, design, and live a really happy life. And most importantly, be really happy by following and acquiring these 6 top characteristics of really happy people.